I would have got more annoyed if he went to Gus and was like, Gus, I just want to be heard by the students because no one really hears me usually. I mean, I'm the king of demons, but you know, I can barely be the king of middle schoolers.
I hate you so much right now. Like
You just wrote an episode.
Oh my god. Listen. I've been waiting again for this episode, dudes. I love that dance.
This is the episode.
The spoiler episode that apparently everyone already knew about. I'm curious to know, finally, like, what did you see from this episode ahead of time?
The only thing I saw is that Amity and Luz are gonna get together. I think I saw, like, the screen cap of their faces really close, but that's it. That's all I saw because I was very...
assumed.
Yeah.
Did any of you watch the dance, is what I want.
No, I didn't.
I heard about it on the Homestuck Discord that they danced.
I might have seen Luz's mom too, but it didn't slip my mind that would be a spoiler.
You know what's funny? They did a season 1 part 2 like trailer when it first started, and they put her mom at the end of it, and I'm like, that's a spoiler. I mean, I guess it wasn't exactly a spoiler because I thought it was actually her mom, but still.
Oh, you thought it was actually her mom?
Well, because like the end of the trailer showed her mom like walking in, being like, whatever she said, Miha. Yeah.
I think this is the chattiest I've been. The episode.
Yeah, you were really chatty. I love that you guys are chatty, but you were even like chatting through the dance, and I was like, how are you not focused with all of your heart right now?
I need an outlet.
Dom, please describe to the audience your reaction to seeing Ida in a dance.
Yeah, she made like a Grom noise essentially. It's weird because my worst fear is my friends talking over my episodes that I like.
Fuck
so
you,
I think
Jen!
Grom is really...
Fuck you!
Oh, the twins though, What's your worst fear? Being alone forever, being alone with you forever.
Like, oh man, the writing, the jokes are so good.
I like the spider joke because they called it back like 3 minutes
Yeah.
later.
It was so good. It was still on her hair.
And the fact that Amity definitely just saw it and was like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. That's just normal. That's just what happens here.
So let's break down the episode. What are your favorite parts?
Ida.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to talk about the dance. While the animation was spectacular, it's so good to just cut that dance and just watch it over and over again. Something I wish art directors focus on is the flow of animation. You can't just have like one type of animation and then change to another one and expect people to not notice it. Because it was fantastic. It was beautiful. But it really takes you out of the whatchamacallit? What do you call it when you're like really focused on something? The experience?
The immersion?
Immersion, that's the word. It takes you out of the immersion. It was still beautiful. Like, I understand why they did it. I love Amity drawing the circle with her feet. That was cute.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of the dance, actually. I really liked that part. I just love, like, how they handled the entire episode, honestly. Especially, like, her note, and I'm like, oh, that's definitely for Luce, and I'm like, haha, guess we just assume, but then they just show it.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that's
thank
what
you!
that was, like, the highlight to me. I was 100% expecting it to be ambiguous, but they do it.
Yeah, but they do it. Yeah, but they're gay.
What if Luce was like, that's what friends are for, and then Amity was like, you just friend-zoned me?
Yeah, I was so afraid. I was so afraid.
You can fight Grom on your own.
Like, Luce said that's what friends were for, and then I expected immediately, like, Amity to have a weird face, but instead she gave a genuine, like, smile.
Thank God.
Thank God. I'm so done with people friend-zoning, saying that friend-zoning is a thing, and saying that being friend-zoned is terrible. Fuck that. No.
I love the scene where, like, the letter dropped and then Luce is like, oh, Amity, you're afraid of getting rejected. Why don't I go to prom with you instead? And then Amity was like, yes!
That's what I mean. Like, it was handled so well.
How did Amity not implode? If my crush said that to me, I think I'd just, like, faint on the spot.
You know, she was dying inside.
Mm-hmm. She's very good at that. She's very good at internalizing her emotions.
I will say, like, again, it's kind of hilarious, so give them an excuse because, like, comedy, but it's hilarious that they're like, there's an evil monster that makes you experience your worst fear, and we're gonna put a random student against it, or else the whole island experiences their whole worst fear. I'm like, y'all wanna hire, like, a hitman or something?
Like, there are demon hunters whose job it is to do that. Also, I want to say, so, like, At the time this episode aired, I was behind by a few episodes, so I did see all the spoilers a while before I saw the episode. In the very recent episodes, there were definitely foreshadowing Amity having a thing for Luce, but, I wasn't aware of that yet because I hadn't seen those yet, so it was new to me when I saw all the spoilers, and then I watched the episodes and caught up here. And I will say, based on how everyone was reacting on the internet, the episode was less gay than I thought it would be. I thought there would be a kiss or something a little bit more explicit than there was. But, it's still really good.
But it's explicit enough to be, canon. It's canon gay.
If it was more gay, I'd be like, okay, this happened pretty fast, right? I like the pace a lot.
Don't you imagine, me thinking of Luce giving Amity a kiss on the cheek, or Amity giving Luce a kiss on the cheek, and now my heart is imploding. So
now I want it so bad.
Maybe it wouldn't be too gay.
No, listen, I agree. Based on people's reactions, I thought it would be something more, but, what it actually is, and thinking about the context, is great, because this is just, the very beginning of something with the two of them, Luce is still an oblivious idiot.
I don't know what black magic they write this show with, but I don't, ship things, usually.
Me too.
The pacing is great because Amity showed to be softening up on Luce, and it's you could interpret that as oh, Amity never had real friends, and so now she's softening up to this other real friend, but then it turns out as well that it's gay, so it's great because you can interpret it in so many ways. But they did end up confirming the canon without being overly pandering.
That was my experience on it, as I was explaining. I just wanted to say, I feel really bad for you guys who saw those spoilers, before you even knew who Amity was.
Yeah.
It's making people watch the show now.
For a long time, I thought it was going to be Amity and Widow or something. But then I saw the first episode with Amity and I was I ship her with Luce now. And then I found out it was Amity and Luce and fangirl squealed. So that's my experience.
For me, the three of them should date. I'm kidding. Not really. Anyway.
This is the what was missing of Owl House, where the shippers awakened and all were what show is this? And they all caught up.
It basically was. It got way more popular after this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it remains to see whether that will be good in the long term or not.
Before I forget, I did not like the B story. I thought it slowed everything down.
I think it was short enough, though.
I was surprised you guys are complaining about it. I didn't love it, but I also didn't care. I thought it worked for the episode. I don't know.
Yeah, but they cut out the battle in the middle of the highlight of the fight, and also moment, and King's oh, they hate me. I'm shut the fuck up. So,
It would have been nice to have King have that existential crisis before, the hype was there. Because it would still be an upward slope of hype.
They didn't really cut out in the middle of the hype. They cut out after Grom changed into Luce's mom, which was sort of a reveal about, oh, what's her fear? It's this. The real hype is the dance part, which, came a bit after.
Well, it was pretty much she changed into that, they switched scenes, and then Luce was running away, so we didn't really miss anything. Yeah, it's weird, because I get, when you say it, I'm oh, that makes sense, and, I agree, I guess, but then, both times I watched it, neither time did I groan when it showed them on screen. I thought it was short enough, and I also thought it increased my hype when it was, she turned into her mom, and then she reacts, and then we're going to this other scene. Now I'm oh my god, go to the others! Obviously, it's not great to be go to the other scene, but it also,
It keeps you tense.
Yeah, it ramps up the hype when it you kind of get a moment of downtime when you're come on, but it's also, I don't know. Okay. I like that.
I think kind of in general though, Chan has mentioned this before, I'm getting sick of King just having plots where he's anxious.
Yeah.
It fits well in this episode because that's kind of the whole theme of the whole episode. But I don't know, let King do something else.
It's been the past 5 episodes.
I would have got more annoyed if he went to Gus and was Gus, I just want to be heard by the students because no one really hears me usually. I mean, I'm the king of demons, but I can barely be the king of middle schoolers.
I hate you so much right now.
You just wrote an episode.
Oh.
That'll be the next episode, probably.
Thank God they didn't do that.
He was more just they hate me. What do I do?
I didn't have any particular problems with the King B plot. However, if it was any longer than it was, I probably would have a problem with it. Because, that part where the kids are bullying him because he's doing a bad job of emceeing, I hate, embarrassment comedy.
Yeah.
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 But, if that had lasted longer than it did, it would have been bad. But, it wasn't bad. It was fine.
I think I would have loved an Ida subplot instead of King, because King gets a lot of subplots, and Ida doesn't get a lot of subplots.
I liked that the B plot was literally right next to the A plot. Like, they were intermingling at
Yeah.
least, which was nice. Because a lot of their B plots are like Luz in Antarctica and they're in Hawaii. Like, I don't know.
I was worried the B plot was going to be King gets addicted to the internet and discovers.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
God.
that's a bad time.
Some other things to mention, the letters. If you pause on them, it's basically like a robot, like, hello, Mom, I am filing my taxes. This is a very fun adult experience. It was like from Loose, but it was spelled wrong and crossed out.
Yeah, I saw the crossed out part, but I didn't see the actual letter.
And I want to say, obviously, we've been talking about the dance and gay because that's the best part of this episode. But also a really good part of this episode is that it involves Luce's mom and like the human world, which is like after the first episode, I thought, okay, is this ever going to come up again? Probably not. But like apparently it is. Apparently it's part of the plot.
Hi, Mom. I'm having a great time at camp. Today we learned what mortgages are. I can't wait to get home and see you. Let's do lots of fun mother-daughter activities forever and ever. Love, your daughter Luz.
Have we seen that handwriting before?
No, I think the implication is that we have no idea who wrote this, honestly. Like, I don't think that's Ida, because someone said, is this Ida during the episode?
Yeah. Go figure out who dots their dots like that. All of their dots are circles.
Oh no.
Oh no, she's having a coma.
No.
And she's not actually in there. Oh man.
Oh no, Luz is actually learning taxes.
Yeah, the owl house is just her coping mechanism, and King is actually a skull she found in the woods.
No.
There's this, which I honestly didn't expect a plot like this to happen.
I'm so happy. This is how you world build and titulate your people with the.
Yeah.
Ugh, good.
It does make me wonder, how is this plot going to continue? Because obviously this is a setup for a mystery. Who's writing these letters and why? But unless there's an episode in the human world or something, I don't know.
Nah, the end game is Luz's mom becomes a teacher at Hexside.
Yay!
I want that end game.
Yeah, that would be actually cute.
She teaches.
She teaches about
Muggle
humans.
Studies. Yeah, Muggle studies.
That would be cute.
Oh, hey, remember a while ago in another episode when I was like, Ida's the only person who has access to the human world? Well, I guess I was probably wrong about that.
Yeah.
We're approaching 16 minutes. You guys want to wrap up your thoughts?
Yeah, we haven't even done the ratings yet.
Yeah.
10 out of
Ratings.
10.
9.5 for me.
10 out of 10 from Tulip. I wanted to give this one a 10, but I'm dang, I kind of equally like this one as the Elements one, and I gave the Elements one a 9.5, so I feel like I'm doing that episode a disservice if I give this one a 10.
Dude, my ratings don't hold up when you compare them to one another.
Yeah, mine don't
that's
as
how
well.
I'm trying to think too, and it's not working.
My gut says 9.5, just because I don't want to say this episode is perfect in every way if I had criticism, so 9.5.
9.5 for me still. How about you, Tipsy?
8.
8?
Ugh.
I really liked it, but I liked the previous episode even more, and I felt like this one was really good, but it just wasn't as focused and refined as my higher rated episodes, so I'd say it's an 8, and it was a good episode, a great episode.
Boo.
Shut up!
Nick?
We shame each other's ratings around here.
I feel like this episode, obviously it handled the gay stuff amazing, and it overall, kind of almost had, the best writing of, any episode, aside from the B-plot kind of being, whatever, but I still feel like, it's probably really just personal preference that, still the library episode was, a lot more interesting to me, so I think this is a 9, which,
Yeah.
is still,
Yeah.
it's still very good, but not a 10.
Is this our highest rating episode or no?
No, I don't think so. I think it's tied or...
Yeah,
a
it might
little
not be
under.
because Tipsy's rating. I can do that now.
Yeah,
I've-
Tipsy. I'm kidding. I respect your 8. I understand why.
Do you know what this episode is, other than a really great episode, though? This officially marks the last episode that I've seen, so the next ones are all new to me. Isn't
Oh
that
my
exciting?
god.
That is
Oh,
very
boy.
exciting.
Let's watch it. How many episodes have we got left to finish before we're caught up? Can we do it tonight?
There are 2 more episodes.
Nice.
Thanks for watching, and super special thanks to my Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to know when I post a new video. Be sure to stay tuned for more new videos and live streams. Follow me on Twitter and TikTok to get frequent updates and video clips. And consider supporting me on Patreon for just $2 a month to get some behind-the-scenes content, like scripts and review notes, and even early videos. Once we get about 20 Patreon supporters, I'll start a Discord server for us to chat.